If you need some coins to add some ballers to your team, make sure you go ahead and check out mutreserve.com. Fast service, great rates, no need to rely on pack luck. Get yourself some coins, buy the players you want, use code SPREE at checkout for 15% off.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another video. Now, as most of you will know, we just had Series 2 drop. We have new level challenges. Now, one of the most popular things to do when that happens is to go ahead and grind out all of the levels to get to the new max MUT level. You can pick up a bunch of coins, open up a bunch of packs. You get those power-up passes. Definitely worthwhile grinding it out. Now, what's different about this year is EA has gone ahead and nerfed a bunch of the solos that people would usually grind to pick up a whole bunch of XP to do that process nice and quickly. Nowadays it is a grind. It takes a lot of time. You're not getting a whole lot of XP. So instead of just doing the same challenge over and over again, why not figure out some ways to go ahead and grind out some of the challenges you need to pick up the highest overall card in the game, which is max MUT level Sam Mills. So that's going to be the plan for today. We'll have a look at the card, see what the maxed out Sam Mills looks like. Then we can go ahead and check out the solos that are going to help you grind out MUT Master and work towards your max MUT level as well. Before we get into it, if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy the content, if you do find it helpful, definitely consider popping down, hitting that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, go ahead, click that little thumbs up button down below. But let's get into it. Let's go check out the Sam Mills. Let's go figure out how we can grind, how we can pick up this beast, and how we can reach max MUT level as quickly as possible. Jumping straight into check him out, Sam Mills, 95 overall. How sick is that card out? That card is looking absolutely fire. Now, up until earlier this week, Sam Mills hasn't even been touching my field. I've been running jumbo. I didn't have middle linebackers to make sure we got the right personnel. But with the patch, I decided to go ahead and start grinding him out, and I wanted to figure out a good way to go ahead and do so, because this card is an absolute beast. If we jump on over to his stats, 90 speed, 92 excel, 94 tackle, 96 play rate, good block shed, good hit power, 89 zone coverage, and this is him absolutely base right now. I don't have team chems, I don't have scheme chems, I don't have physical chems. If you were running a theme team and you had all the physical chems, you could get this guy up to like 94 speed. You could hit thresholds for things like zone coverage as well. This card could be really glitchy. I am a bit sad about his height, but being able to grind, pick up a 95 overall player, a guy that can really make a difference, is definitely something you should be looking to do, especially if you're running no money spent like me. Now, if you go over to the missions tab, you'll see this MUT Master tab right here. And if we jump on into it to the MUT Master progression, you'll see all of the challenges that you need to complete to be able to pick up the fully powered up, the fully boosted, the fully upgraded Sam Mills. Now, like I talked about earlier, EA has nerfed the solos. You're not getting as much XP as you used to. At the moment, I think the maximum amount of XP you can get from a solo that you can do nice and quickly is about 70 XP. So instead of just doing the same solo over and over again, why not figure out some similar challenges that'll give you similar XP, that'll help you still grind towards max MUT level, but will also help contribute and work towards picking up this beast so you can add him to your team. Now, if we go through the list, I think there are particular challenges that are going to be the most difficult, the ones that take the most time to complete. Those are the ones that we're going to look at figuring out how you can complete them as quickly as possible, and of course work towards grinding to max MUT level. So we've got the tackles. Tackles take time. We have passing yards and passing touchdowns. We have rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. We've also got sacks, and then we have forced fumbles as well. Focusing on these challenges, let's look at 3 solos that I grinded out to make sure I could pick up this beast and add him to my team. So first up, let's focus on passing yards, passing touchdowns, and maybe even rushing yards as well. And I want to go into the Rivalz tab. I want to go down to the quarterfinals, and then I want to go down to number 5. So we've got this challenger V. Let's go into it, and let's drop the difficulty right down to easy, and we can just jump straight into that solo. So all you need to do for the solo is gain 50 yards. We can take advantage of this. Now, I'm going to go into the play that I've been running. We've been running verticals. All we're trying to do is streak a fast receiver and just watch them burn past their coverage. So we've got Clayton to the left. We'll just watch him burn straight past his player. You can rack that, and we'll go in for a touchdown. Because it's at the 10-yard line, you're going to get 90 yards. Every time you do this challenge, you can pick up a touchdown, and you're going to be able to grind out and work towards completing the yardage and the touchdowns. Now, if we go ahead and run that again, I believe you get 70 XP each time you complete the challenge. You can also just go ahead and run out of bounds if you're just looking to pick up the yardage. That will hit the 50 yards you need for the requirements. You'll get the 50 yards that will contribute to your yardage that you need to get as well, and you're out of that, you pick up your XP and just keep rolling, doing that over and over again. Now, not only is this challenge good for doing the passing touchdowns and passing yardage, I think it's really good for the rushing yardage as well. Now, you're going to need a mobile quarterback or have a really good go-to run. I like the QB draw. I think it blocks really well. So if you have Vick or you have Lamar Jackson, this is going to make it really easy. We're just going to jump into the QB draw. And I just like, because the defenders are slow in this particular challenge, you're able to actually get into space and really pick up yardage super easy. Now I'm going to go out of bounds just here, because I don't really need the touchdowns. You could slowly work towards the touchdowns here. We will look at another solo challenge to make sure you're picking up those touchdowns a little bit more quickly. Before you go ahead and jump on into this challenge again, your guy just has so much speed compared to everyone else that you can just go ahead and rack up the yardage, burn everyone, take it to the house, 90 rushing yards a pop, 1 rushing touchdown at a time. You're going to be able to grind out all of these really quickly, and obviously you're working towards building up that XP to work towards the max MUT level as well. And here we are. As you can see, we've just completed the challenge. Each time you finish it, you pick up the 50 yards of offense. You're going to get 70 XP, so you can grind out, do these really quickly. Next up, I want to look at a challenge to smash out rushing touchdowns nice and quickly. Now, if you're anything like me, I had most of the yardage already covered, but rushing touchdowns, I was way away. Now, the challenge I did to smash these out is in NFL Epics. So if we go down to Adrian Peterson and we go down towards the bottom, we have this particular challenge. Let's see if we can find it. November 3rd. That's what we like to see. Now, there's a bunch of things I like about this challenge. It's on arcade, which means you're going to get good animations. You're going to be able to break tackles. The requirement is picking up a rushing touchdown, so that's what we want. We want it to be nice and quick. We get the touchdown, we're done with the challenge, we get our XP, we get our touchdown, we can replay it, do it over again, and we're only 11 yards out, so it's not going to take very much running to be able to pick up a touchdown. So for this challenge, we're going to run the same play as the previous challenge. We're just trying to get rushing touchdowns. We're going to go with a QB draw. You'll see the blocks come out quite nicely. You'll see we get pancakes with Tyreek Hill, and it's super easy to pick up touchdowns like this. Jumping into it again just to show you, because it's in recent plays, it's nice and quick to pick the play. We're going to go with the motion snap again. Get to the outside with Lamar. Watch the blocks pop up nice and easy. We got ourselves a touchdown. You celebrate a little bit, which is unfortunate, but you're going to be able to do it nice and quickly. Every maybe 15, 20 seconds, maybe 25 seconds, you're going to be able to pick up some XP. You got another rushing touchdown, working towards that MUT Master. Now keep in mind, you do get a little bit less XP when you do this challenge. You only get the 50 XP from completing it, but if you need the rushing touchdowns, it's a good way to grind them out nice and quickly. Now there is an even better challenge. It starts off at the 1 yard line. All you need to do is score a rushing touchdown in 2 plays. It's still on arcade mode. It's really easy to do, but you do have to be level 55 to be able to unlock this challenge. So I don't know if everyone's going to be level 55 if you're trying to grind out these rushing touchdowns, but if you are and you can do so, this is going to be an even easier way to go ahead and grind out all of those rushing touchdowns. Last but not least, we have the defensive challenges we need to complete. So we need tackles, we need forced fumbles, and we need sacks. There is a good way to be able to get all 3 at once, and the challenge I actually like is in the superstar MVPs. If we go up to more stars, and then we go right down near the bottom, there is a challenge, a set of challenges for Marcus Davenport. Now, unfortunately, I do think you're going to have to grind out and finish the previous challenges to actually unlock this particular challenge, but the reason I like it, it is on arcade mode, which means it's going to be super easy to force fumbles. Every time you get a user sack, a user hit stick, that's going to be a fumble right there. The other thing I like about it, it's in the 4th quarter and you are up, which means every time your opponent is forced to pass the ball, you're not worrying about them having to run it. And other challenges, you'll be able to find similar scenarios. If they are in arcade mode, you'll be able to get the hit sticks, you'll be able to get the fumbles nice and easily. But because it's in the 4th quarter and you're up, they're forced to pass, you don't have to worry about them running the ball and slowing it down for you. You're going to be able to have lots of chances to pick up sacks, tackles, forced fumbles. By doing this particular challenge, that is why I think it's a really good one to do. With that being said, if there are any solos that are going to make it easier to grind out these challenges, whether it's this one or ones we've talked about previously, let me know know down in the comment section below. Definitely share any information you have. Let's help each other out. Let's all work towards reaching max MUT level. Let's all make sure we can pick up the MUT Master. Alright, so the goal for this challenge is to stop them from scoring a touchdown on this drive. There's a couple ways we can go ahead and do so. Now, I do like this blitz out of the 3-4 bear. You can get a similar thing out of the nickel double A gap. And what we're trying to do is have a free rusher coming off the edge. I like to look after and run with the running back. If he goes out on a route, you follow. If not, we go into blitz. And you can see right there, we get a little bit of heat screaming straight at him. Again, he stayed into block this time. We get a free guy coming off the edge. If you'll notice that I'm not actually clicking on and trying to get the user sack. If you do that, if you get a user sack, you're going to get a fumble just like that. And maybe you don't need the fumbles, maybe you're just trying to sack up the sacks. So if you've got lots of sacks to pick up and try to smash out all of them as quickly as possible, and you're not too worried about the fumbles, then maybe you can just go ahead and let the computer do the sacks. That way you can pick up 2, 3 each time you do the challenge. You get the XP from finishing it, and you're a little bit closer to finishing off all the sacks you need for that particular milestone. Now, if we go ahead and jump into this challenge again, what we can actually do is we can user this guy on the edge, the guy that's going to come in free, and you'll see you'll be able to get it, and you'll get a forced fumble every time you get a user sack. And it only took a few seconds to finish off that challenge, but you're going to get a tackle, you're going to get a sack, you're going to get a forced fumble, and you're going to get the XP from completing the challenge. You can grind this out and do this really quickly. Now, if you need a lot of tackles, obviously this is going to take time. Every time you do a challenge, you're probably going to be able to pick up some tackles. So those are going to be one of the challenges that maybe is going to take a little while to do. But as you can see, we're just doing the same thing over and over again. We're picking up these sacks. There's going to be another tackle. We're just going to keep rolling with it. And of course, if we want the fumble, we can click on to the user, make sure we get the forced fumble, and that is going to be the challenge out of the way just like that. Alright, another way you can pick up a bunch of forced fumbles and sacks, if you go to this pump block 4-4 even and select 8 up safe man, the play at the bottom, select this guy, the second guy from the left. Because it's on arcade mode, you'll get this really fast speed rush animation once the ball is snapped. You'll see right there Lawrence Taylor just destroyed his man because you're usering him and you got the tackle. There's going to be a forced fumble. That's another sack, another tackle. Another thing about that play, you can actually go ahead and sub in players in particular positions. So let's say we want to go ahead and put Sam Mills there because we're trying to force fumbles with Sam Mills. Right there, we've got Sam Mills right there, and even though he is not a glitchy pass rusher like Lawrence Taylor, we're going to be able to get those same speed rush animations when we're using him. So we'll watch him, we'll go straight past, we'll get our forced fumble, and just like that, another forced fumble with Sam Mills, another tackle, another sack. Nice, easy, out of the way, grinding out these challenges really quickly. As you can see, you get 60 XP from completing that challenge, so a little bit closer to max MUT level, a little bit closer to MUT Master. Definitely a good one to grind out to work towards your tackles, your sacks, and your forced fumbles. And that's going to be about it for today, folks. 3 simple challenges to grind out your yardage, to grind out your touchdowns, and all of your defensive milestones to work towards picking up MUT Master Sam Mills. I definitely would suggest going ahead and grinding out these challenges, work towards max MUT level. Picking up those power up passes is super clutch to improving your team. You get the coins, you get the packs. It definitely is a good time to go ahead and do so. If you haven't already, definitely go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, thank you very much for coming through. I hope this was helpful. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below if you found it useful. But yeah, that is us for today, folks. Thank you very much for coming through. Take it easy, everyone. You can call me Spree, and we out.